Welcome to Don Bosco School, Monchada for the online classes. Class 4 English. Let's begin with a quick revision of the previous lessons. In the first chapter, you learned about the sentence. In the second chapter, about subject and predicate. In the third, about prefixes and suffixes. In the fourth, about types of sentences. In the fifth, about kinds of nouns. In the sixth, about nouns, their number. In the seventh, about nouns, their gender. In the eighth chapter, you learned about pronouns. In the ninth chapter, you learned about adjectives. In the 10th, about articles. In the 11th, about verbs. In the 12th chapter, you learned about subject-verb agreement. In the 13th chapter, you learned about tenses, simple present and simple past. In the 14th chapter, you learned about simple future tense. In the 15th chapter, you learned about tenses, present and past continuous. And in today's lesson, chapter 16, you will learn about participles. That's today's lesson for you. So the 16th chapter is about participles. So open your textbooks. Chapter 16, Participles. Complete this table. One has been done for you. The first one is done for you. Bake. The present tense will be I bake. Past tense will be I baked. Present continuous I am baking. 2. Cry. He, present tense, cries. Past tense he cried. Present continuous he is crying. Paint. Present tense she paints. Past tense she painted. Present continuous she is painting. Bark. It barks is the present tense. Past tense it barked. Present continuous it is barking. Study. Present tense we study. Past tense we studied. Present continuous we are studying. Travel. Present tense they travel. Past tense they traveled. Present continuous they are traveling. Read these sentences. I am writing a letter. Farhan is playing football. They are eating a meal. Saransh was going to school. The monkeys were sitting on the tree. In these sentences, the main verbs have an ing form. This form of a verb is called present participle. We use is, am, are with the present participle to form the present continuous tense. Similarly, we use was, were with the present participle to form past continuous tense. Now read these sentences. Shreya has finished her homework. Melvin has boiled the eggs for breakfast. I have worked on this project. In these sentences, the highlighted verbs tell us about actions that have taken place in the past. The highlighted verbs finished, boiled, worked, all speak about actions that have taken place in the past. The ed form of the word, when used with has or have, is called the past participle. Not all past participles are formed by adding ed to the simple forms of the verbs. Sometimes they end in d, n, t, and en. Let us see how different verbs change forms. Few past participle forms of the verbs are the same as the past tense forms. For example, work, the past tense form is worked, and the past participle form is also worked. They are the same forms. Open, opened, past participle also is opened. Wag, wagged, wagged is again past participle. Light, lighted or lit, past tense, same in the past participle, lighted or lit. Hang, hanged or hung, and past participle also is hanged or hung. Burn, burnt, burnt. Dream, dreamt, dreamt. Spoil, spoilt, spoilt. Lose, lost, lost. Catch, caught, caught. Buy, bought, bought. Bring, brought, brought. Build, built, built. Fight, fought, fought. Sleep, slept, slept. Shoot, shot, shot in the past participle as well. So both have the same form, past tense and past participle. Few verbs change completely in the past tense form. Look at the simple form of these verbs. And in the past tense, the form is completely different. Arise becomes arose. Past tense form is completely different from the simple form. So drive becomes drove, draw becomes drew, give, gave, shake, shook, throw, threw, see, saw, take, took, blow, blew, grow, grew. They form the past participle by adding n to the simple form of the verb. For example, arise plus n becomes past participle arisen. Drive plus n becomes driven. So the simple form plus n is the past participle form. Give plus n, given. Shake plus n, shaken, past participle. Similarly, all these verbs. Few verbs change their forms completely, both in the past tense and the past participle forms. So in the past tense is changed completely from the simple form, and in the past participle also it is completely different from the past tense or the simple form. In the past tense, choose becomes chose, but in the past participle it becomes chosen. So it's different, these two are different from this, and everyone is a different form. Eat, ate, eaten. Fall, fell, fallen. Write, wrote, written. Fly, flew, flown. Hide, hid, hidden. Do, did, done. Go, went, gone. Forget, forgot, forgotten. Freeze, froze, frozen. Awake, awoke, awoken. Break, broke, broken. Some verbs do not change their form both in the past tense and the past participle. Or else we can say some verbs have the same form, do not change. In the present for simple form, in the first column, the past tense form in the second column, and past participle form in the fourth column. So what's in the simple form is also in the past tense form, and it is the same in the past participle form as well. Thus, hit remains hit in past tense and past participle also. Similarly, cut, 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 hurt, 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 etc. Complete the table. Forms that are missing should be filled up in the blanks. In the first, we have wake, the simple form is given, so we have to fill up the past tense form and the past participle form. Past tense woke, past participle woken. In the second, new, that is the past tense, so give the wake the simple form, know, and the past participle known. In the third, bitten, that is past participle, and we will have to fill up the simple form bite and past tense form bit. In the fourth, the past tense is given rose, so give the present simple form rise and past participle form risen. In the fifth, sing, simple form is given. Give the past tense form sang and past participle sung. In the sixth, past participle begun is given. Give the present simple form begin. The past tense form began. In the seventh, the simple form is given speak. Give the past tense form spoke and past participle form spoken. In the eighth, the simple form ride is given. Give the past tense form rode and the past participle form ridden. In the ninth, the past tense form is given learnt, and we give the present tense simple form learn and past participle form learnt. In the 10th, stole, the past tense form is given. Give the present simple form steal and the past participle form stolen. Practice A. Tick the correct option to complete the sentences. The options are in the bracket. Tick the correct options. I have hurt my leg while doing kickboxing. Shubhi has promised me an ice cream. The babies were playing with their toys. We are waiting for the school bus to come. The news of Sam's failure has shocked all of us. The cell phone was found on the chair where Rex was sitting. The film that we watched yesterday was interesting. Remember, we always use a helping verb with a participle. Where there is a participle, there will be a helping word. Thus, promised is a participle. There is a helping verb, has. Fill in the blanks with the present participle of the verbs in the brackets. The verbs are given in the bracket and you have to give the present participle form to fill up the blanks. I am, wait is given in the bracket, give the present participle form of that. I am waiting for the dentist. Sweeney is sleeping in her bedroom. The boys were swimming in the pool. The dogs were barking at the guests. The boat was floating down the river. Ajay and Anil were running round the field. I hope you are coming to the library with me. Archie and Richie are studying for their tests. The laborer was carrying a heavy load on his shoulders. The students are decorating their classroom for the Teacher's Day. C. Fill in the blanks with the past participle of the verbs in the brackets. So the verbs are in the brackets. Make the past participle form of each of those verbs and fill in the blanks. 1. The bird has flown from the cage. That's the past participle of fly. Yesterday, Ojasvi had gone to the zoo. Harshit has never driven a car before. I have bought many books recently. The water in the lake has frozen. They have begun decorating the Christmas tree. We have kept Ria's secret for more than 4 years now. This was the first time Shruti had done her work on her own. By the time we came back, the children had eaten all the muffins. The newspaper stack had fallen off the stand and the newspapers were all over the floor. D. Complete these sentences using past tense, present participle or past participle of the verbs given in the brackets. 1. They went to the mall for shopping. Ankush kept playing until he made himself tired. Yesterday I met my cousin after 8 years. Last month I had written a letter to my grandparents. While my brother was watching the film, I was sleeping. After Yash had completed his project, he went out to play. For her sister's wedding, Navya bought many new dresses. Alex and his parents are traveling to Paris this summer. I am trying hard not to eat more than a chocolate every day. As soon as Geeta learned how to cook, she signed up for a baking course. And that's it. That's the end of the lesson for you today. So bye. See you. And welcome back to Don Bosco School, Monsada. As soon as the corona is gone, God bless you all. Stay safe.